Okay, so once we landed on this mission, as you can see, we've got quite a ways to travel. So I'm going to do myself a small favor and have quiet scout out this small outpost over here. For some reason, I didn't want to do it that time, but this will make it a lot easier to make sure nobody sees us. After that, it's just a whole lot of running. Right here, be careful with this truck. It is always here. So once you get to this truck, just hide behind it. Park the truck if you want to, just to make sure you got an eye on them. And back to running.
Presence detected. The map has been updated.
So now that we're past that small outpost and nobody saw us, I'm going to move quiet all the way to where we need her, right over here. That means that by the time we get there, several of the guards will already be marked, which means we'll know exactly where they are. Now, apart from those, there will be several that she will not be able to mark because they're either behind something or she just can't see them. So we're going to mark those ourselves once we get there.
Infiltrated. Our map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Okay, so now that we're here, you gotta be careful with those two guards over there. If you don't spot them and you run a little bit too far, they will spot you, and out through the window goes your chances for getting a perfect stealth run.
The map has been updated.
But just be careful with those two. They're not even on the road, so they can hear you quite a bit far away. And neither of them is really worth going after them, even though it's technically easy. It would be just a couple headshots and just extracting them both, but we're not interested in them right now.
You have arrived at your destination.
So for this mission, I choose to bring along C4. I pretty much bring it along with me everywhere I go. It's always useful, especially if you need to deal with vehicles. Now, the first two antennas we're going to take care of are easy. That one right there, the last one, is going to be the hard one, because it's technically on top of the building in the middle of the enemy camp, and that is a decoy. So anyway, we're going to handle that one last. Right now, we're just going around and seeing what we can see, which is pretty much almost everybody. Quiet has already attacked those other three soldiers right there. Now, as you can see right there, you need to crawl from this area on. Mostly because the guy right there under the tent will sometimes try and see you. Not sure why, but he does. As you can see, right up here is the very first antenna. It's very easy to get to. As long as you don't stand up, nobody should actually see you. I'm gonna make sure I mark this soldier right here. Now, once you're up here, you can actually crouch walk. Now here, all you gotta do is go up, select C4, make sure the little circle is on it, and there we go. That's one down, two to go. The other one is right up there in, quite literally, being shown on by those headlights like if it was the sun. So, it might be a little bit risky, but before that, there is another guy we need to take care of. Those guys are talking about our little exploits we've had over here in Afghanistan. A little bit of ego from me, but there we go. This guy comes up by himself. Not really sure why he does that, but we'll just scooch back into the shadows, be patient, and there he goes. Now, because he's up here, and he's technically out of sight of everybody, we don't need to move him. Although, technically speaking, the guys all the way over there might see him, but they don't really ever turn around. Now, right here, we've got some things and a diamond lying all over there. But first things first. Get back here, climb on top of this. Because you're behind the antenna, nobody will actually see you. Put the C4, and we're done. Now, all we need now is the last one. And since we're already here, we might as well pick these up. After all, fuel resources are the hardest ones to come by aside from rare metal resources, but you need fuel for basically everything, so we need a lot of that right now. So once that's done, we only need that last one over there. Now, unfortunately, the other two soldiers that we saw at the very beginning are now here. And not only that, but I think I hear a truck coming, which isn't good because that means that's a lot of soldiers in a very small area. Now, we could try and use a support strike over here, but at this point in the game, you don't have one, so we're not going to bother. So get our gun now, and it's just time to be patient. If you're lucky, you can get a sandstorm at this point. I did on my very first try, and that made it very easy to get the last antenna, since sandstorms limit the soldier's visibility to around 5 to 10 meters, so very advantageous. So here we're just gonna crawl around, see where everybody is going. We've got a soldier going down there, so we can't do anything about it just yet. So not only did we get the two soldiers that were walking down the road, we've got another soldier that came with the truck. So yeah, I considered they're taking him out, but it could have drawn attention, so not really worth it. So we're just gonna sit by and be patient. Now here, you could, technically speaking, use a grenade to take the last one out. But if you do that, they might be alerted early enough that they'll find you getting away. So I don't really try to do it. After all, with C4, since it's a remote detonation, you can be far away from the place and they will never find you. So as we can see, we're in a bit of a pickle here because everybody is having a cigarette break underneath that tent. And we need to go down there. Now, those boxes are the most obvious way to get up there. That little cart thing doesn't actually work. But right now, the problem is that guard right there. The ones back over there we can deal because they're not looking in our direction. But that guy over there, he is. So we're going to see what we can do about it. So lucky for us, the two guards and the truck driver are leaving. So that's 3 guards less that we have to worry about. And this guy is going to talk to his buddy, apparently. And right there, those 2 guards over there, they are talking about the events of Peace Walker. So it's a nice little way to join both games. Very nice. However, that's not really useful right now. We need to get him to look somewhere else. We're just going to wait for that truck to leave in the background. And most of the guards under the tent are gone, which is perfect. That only leaves this guy right here, which is being very annoying because they decided to have a little chat right now. And now that his buddy is gone, we're going to draw his attention over to the shadows. There we go. It also got the attention of his buddy, but because one guy was actually closer than him, he's going to ignore it and let his buddy take care of it. So now that he is where nobody will see him, and you go. And that is really all we need at this point. Just make sure there's nobody down there. There isn't. Nobody's nearby. Down we go. Now we could use those boxes, but that puts us in a risk because of the guy underneath the tent. So, come around this side, and we've got another box that we can use. Nobody's looking over here, so climb up. Get behind it, plant the C4 on top of it, and we are done.
We know where all the antennas are now. Take out all 3 of them.
All we need to do now is get far enough away so that when they get alerted by the explosions, they don't see us. And that is literally all you need to do for this mission. A little bit of patience, know where the antennas are, how to get to them, and you're done. So we're just going to go back a little bit. This should be far enough away.
Good work. You've completed your objective.
And down they go.
Now get out of the hot zone.
And since we are nowhere near them, there is no chance for us to be discovered. So all we need to do now is get away from the area. Let's just summon our little friend the helicopter and get out of here. As you can see, there is a pickup zone right here, but they decided to make you walk from all the way over there in the original landing zone for some reason. Since we summoned the helicopter, Wyatt decides she's gonna come and join us. Now usually around pretty much every pickup zone, there are plants that you can pick up while you wait for the helicopter, so you might as well. There's usually not that many, around 3 or 4 usually, but at least there's something to do. So all we gotta do now is wait on the chopper. There's Wyatt, being as dramatic as ever. That little buzzing sound is the laser she puts on her rifle, but because we're so close by, we don't actually see it. All we're gonna do now is wait on the helicopter and get out.
Arriving shortly at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Departing!
And that is how we do it.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All we need to do is wait for the score screen.
Yes, mission complete.
And there we go.
Boss,
Perfect
that was
stealth,
an
no
exception.
kills. Our actual rank doesn't actually matter. The only thing that matters is the perfect stealth, no kills bonus. Once you get that, you get the emblem. And once you get 3 missions, which is what I had to do with the perfect stealth, no kills, you will get the emblem so you can decorate Mother Base or whatever you want with it. So there you go. That's mission 3 done. On to the next one.